forget, that's great to use Demonic Purge on. Can't use Flame Guard.
There's a lot of dispels these days. Flame Guard, who cares?
He's very mobile against this team where you really only have like what RP as like actual lockdown against an Ember Spirit.
True.
I mean, what else can you do besides? I mean, Purge is nice, and so is like Penitence and stuff like that. But
5 seconds remaining.
But I mean, that is something. They're locking some more significant lockdown. Not that it's a big deal. They have LSA now with Lina.
Yeah, this is seems like more of a lane counter pick than anything. They're waiting. You know, when you're in this position, you have two choices. Either you pick the carry that you're planning on, or you take the information that you're given to try to pick a good matchup. And then, if you were concerned that Lina was going to get banned, but you have multiple carry options, it's probably the better grab right now. There's the Luna ban.
Yeah. It's great. They're going to pick 4 ranged heroes, maybe with Magnus.
Yeah.
But maybe we've been looking at this the wrong way. Maybe Magnus.
Safe lane Mag.
I haven't looked at his talents in a while.
I mean, I saw Envy played a safe lane Jakiro last night, so at this point,
Yeah.
anything can work.
We just saw an Alchemist Arc Warden, although that didn't work. But anything can happen now after that game. I don't know. We'll see, though.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the
5
perks.
seconds
No.
remaining.
It would be nice to see. I mean, I'm into it, but it's probably not that.
Good
So-
agility.
What I do think is a possibility here is that Kingdra try to put this Ember safe lane and get a TA counterpick mid against Lina if TA is also good against the next hero, because this right now looks like a really good TA game to me. There's nothing that breaks Refraction at all. If she has a good lane matchup and and they get to stabilize the other lane somewhat, I could definitely see it. It is going to cost the Ember Spirit a bit of his early game. That's just Chen for you. If he's playing against Chen with Ember Witch Doctor, he's not going to have the time of his life, but you know, it's a trade-off in that case. So I would imagine Wind and Rain are considering this option for the ban. Who is it that Cancel does like TA, I think.
Yeah, he does. He does play TA.
Well, there's a chance. I mean, that's such a good matchup for the TA against the Lina if they want to do that.
It's pretty much the only matchup that Lina loses.
Yeah.
That I can think of. It's like, there's nothing else. Even a
Wind
classic...
Ranger is super skill based. You can win that lane as Wind Ranger. Hard.
Yeah, that sounds really hard.
I mean, this is the 3rd time Winning Rain has picked Magnus now. And they've won every single game.
Really? What did they pick?
8 days ago, 7 days ago, and they played it earlier today as well.
With
An hour ago
Floodseeker,
against
Ember
Penguin.
Spirit. What did they play with it in the
Oh, Wind and
Radiant
Rain beat Kingwin?
team pick. Dire team
He used,
pick.
Phantom
wait, is it?
That's
No,
it,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Okay.
This is the classic Mag hero. I mean, it's always a hero you're considering when you pick Magnus that just boosts her so much. I still think Jugger in some ways would have been a better pick for their lineup, but this is totally fine. It gets the job done. It's very nice to have something that deals a crapload of instant damage when you're playing against Ember.
Yeah.
It's going to keep him on his feet. He has to be very, very careful. He can get kind of one shot if he gets daggered,
5
plus a
seconds
coup
remaining.
de grace crit. So
And it's probably going to be off lane for Rev.
yes, absolutely.
I like the pick though. I think PA is definitely the right hero. There's not much lockdown. Once he gets BKB, he just doesn't really die. Even like Witch Doctor doesn't do much.
Choose your
The other thing
hero.
about her laning phase is like there's not really a whole lot that stops her from getting farm. Like daggers are always going to be a viable way to at least get farm, so it's going to be hard to lane pressure it.
So one thing they did in their game earlier today, they actually did a safe lane tri lane with Magnus off lane. This may be Kingdra looking to have a 1v1 matchup that's advantageous with Batrider. Possibility.
Wait. Are they putting a safe lane Wind Rain?
Oh, wow.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Or maybe
can
Charlie goes mid and Cancel goes safe lane. I don't know. I feel like this. I've said this before. Wind Ranger to me is one of the really nice picks right now because it's super flexible. I feel like position 1 is the one role I would not put it in.
What? Charlie's playing Witch Doctor now. They swapped again.
Uh,
I think they're going to swap again. I would assume. Yeah, they did.
there
Charlie
we
Night
go.
Stalkers.
That's
Okay.
what I thought when I saw the Batrider was that they were playing a safe lane carry Night Stalker because
So
I think
this
it's actually
is-
better.
Yeah, Crimson Rush on the NS probably against Chen. Seems for this game.
Crimson's fine. Solar Crest I think is really good against PA in both ways. Both offensively and defensively is a great item. I kind of like this Batrider pick just because there's no one that really wants to lane against it. That's what they were looking for sure. It's a Bambo classic. Loves that hero.
So wait, you won against the Chen lane, right? Chen can't really do anything with that.
If possible, it would be nice to have it against the Chen. It is kind of a solution to What I was going to say was, it's nice to pick PA when you have something like Chen, because PA's weakness in lane can be easily compensated for, but like you said, Batrider, one of the heroes that can probably give even a Chen PA lane trouble. It's just not a very popular pick right now, but when you get it last, it definitely has some potential to it. I kind of like this last pick Batrider. I'm feeling that. But
What are you feeling, the Bambo Batrider?
I mean, I think in this kind of game, with what you're up against, you need someone who's really willing to play aggressively and be confident in making moves. You can't just sit back and let the game play out with farm. Like, that's not how you play against the Magnus lineup. So, yeah, I mean, now that they picked Batrider, Jugger would have definitely been nicer to have. But I'm sure they weren't even thinking about the Batrider opening. When you look at that Kingdra lineup, you're expecting a mid or a safe lane pick last.
I'd be worried playing Jug against their heroes anyways. Just if you get silenced or you get shackled at the start of the fight or lassoed as a Jug, it would be...
Well, that's the nice thing
harder
about
to
playing
finish
Jug
up.
with Mag, is that you can be a lot more lenient with your itemization. You can build defensive, you have Empower.
You can buy
You don't-
a quick Manta.
Yeah, you don't have to go for like this MKB damage build. You can just go safety.
There's one thing about this Batrider pick is that they kind of have a pseudo save. I wouldn't call Disruption a full save against Batrider in the same way as like a hard purge like Press the Attack, just because the lasso still continues if you disrupt the guy. So even if the enemy team can't hit him, Batrider can still pull him out of position. But it definitely helps a lot, especially when heroes start getting BKBs. You get that 2.5 second disruption off, that's pretty much the entirety of lasso, and then...
You have the send back too with the Chen,
True,
always available.
yeah, you have that as well.
If somebody gets lassoed, they get dropped down low HP, you just send it back home. Maybe turn the fight around, try to get him back engaged, but it's tricky. You just gotta fight around the lasso, the RP. See how it goes. Ritsu already started with the stick, no surprise. Oh, actually sold it. He will buy one though at the side shop though. He knows he's gonna get Batrider. They'll send Kitrak bottom with the Chen to start things off, so he's not gonna go top yet. It's gonna be the Shadow Demon and the Mag instead, at least for now.
What do you think of the Oob over Blightstone, Shen?
I think they're buying it because PA will probably want to buy quick Lightstone. If they're planning to lane together, it's a really high value
He
item
buys
for
one,
PA.
the other one buys two.
Yeah.
I see.
Possibly.
He's going to do way more damage to Orb of Venom though, sure. The one attack is, what, 15 magic damage? Whereas if he gets a Blightstone, it's just a 10% increase, so damage, which is like 5 damage per hit. Like,
it helps.
really
It helps.
underwhelming, I think.
The orb helps a lot, dependent on which creep you get,
Oh, he
and
might not
depending
have
on
had
what you're
money,
laning
actually.
with. Oh, this is a very
This is
dead
nice.
Chen, I think.
Yeah, Kitrak should be dead. They hit the cast up. It was a long-range cast. Power shot comes in.
Oh.
They're going to stack up the sticky. They might actually have to dive the tower if they want to get the skill, and I don't think they're going to do it. He
I-
survives.
I think they ran in their heroes in the wrong order for this play,
to be like Ember Spirit and Night Stalker in the front with the Witch Doctor.
so that when they cast, they can connect it on a searing chains and avoid it. The only hero who was really in range there was the Batrider, and the slow Napalm is not. So, bit of a blunder. At least they get a good ward down against the pole camp, so that one will be blocked.
The battle
Not personally a
begins.
too big fan of the ward they just placed, because I feel like any sentry you place to open this camp will actually see this one. Whereas if you commit to a corner, you will perhaps... It's like a 50-50 if you have no idea where it got placed. We'll see. He gave the sentry to Ritsu. I think they're pretty aware of what's going on here.
Yeah, they've pinged right around it, too.
That one sees it.
Yeah, it got it. Yeah,
So if you look at the ring here, right, this sentry covers the entirety of the middle of the box, but not the top left or the top right. So if they were to have placed this ward in any of the top corners, you wouldn't have known.
And next level his Tango by wasting it before he takes any damage.
So Jen's going to start here. Did he skill? He did not skill yet.
Yeah, he
I would
hasn't
like
yet.
to see him not skill Penitence for this lane. If he will have access to his camp, which I don't think he will. It's going to get body blocked most likely. They actually counter sentry the sentry, so
Wow. Next
here you're
level.
blocking it, and now he's going to body block the big camp. So now Chen kind of has to just run into the left of his jungle and leave PA alone.
Yeah.
Fine.
Ritsu's
That
already
kind of has to be
portable.
dewarded as well, because it lasts way longer now.
Yeah, full 6 minutes with. Although, I'm not sure how much the Radiant truly minds if Chen gets a good creep and comes down here. He needs to pressure away the Windranger with his creep so that he opens his camp. That's the most important thing, is that Windranger doesn't get to stack it over and over. Did he get a Chain Lightning Harpy, or what did he
He got the Soul Stealer, the mana
Soul
burn.
Stealer. Yeah, he couldn't have got a Harpy. That can't even spawn in that camp. Morning.
Mana
Mana
Burn's
Burn's good against
good.
that though. You can
And
just
I
zoom him.
would say
Yes.
Windranger actually, because Windranger doesn't have any mana regen right now, so they can just burn him, no power shots. That's a huge advantage.
Yep.
No wind run.
Yeah, I would say so.
He's gonna dive here on PA.
Nice jump.
It's fine.
He has stick charges, plus, yeah, he's fine. They're not going to be able to find it.
I'm not really a fan of Windrunner skilling power shot level 1. I think, you know, they tried to use it for a kill. It wasn't even close. This hero is so much stronger in lane with the Windrun, just because you can trade with anyone. You just run at them, you hit them. When they try to hit you back, you Windrun, you hit them a couple more times and run away. But like this, he's actually getting zoned completely by the Chen. Doesn't really... He now gets his level 2, so that's going to help for sure.
But do you feel like Windrun is really even like in that capacity? You're gonna hit the Chen what, 2 or 3 times level 1 Windrun, then you're running away anyway because you can't trade with him in the.
I mean, it's just like, what did he use the power shot for? I still think it would have been better. It's not great, but it's better than this.
No choice is
so,
good.
Yeah. All right, they're both out of mana. Ritsu's gonna have a great time now. This is actually a very nice creep just against the Bat Rider. It's a very mana-dependent hero. Power shot there.
Yep.
The camp is open, I believe. What can he get here on the left?
Dark Troll.
Troll, not the best for this lane. If he gets a Satyr, the lane's flat out just completely over. For now. Oh,
nice deny.
The value that Satyr would have given so much.
Beauty needs that gold. He's desperate. Did too, Bambo. But he's still doing well. Obviously, it's a Bat Rider. He's going to get CS. 8 last hits. He's actually tied with that Ritsu right now. Then you have the Mag and Lina who are doing pretty great. Mag is, you know, up there. Lina is ahead of Ember Spirit by about 3 CS. They're putting on a lot of pressure up top too, so...
Yeah, Cancel's doing pretty decent mid. This is a hard matchup. It's one of Ember's harder matchups in this meta. There's definitely worse lanes to be playing, like probably 5 or 10 matchups that are worse than Lina, but the heroes aren't popular. Like Ursa or mid Monkey King don't get run that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, Magnus is having a great time.
They skilled level 2 Shadow Poison, so he gets up like 3, 4, 5 ticks of that. People are going to start taking a lot of damage. They maybe can even get some kills with Shockwave and Skewer.
He's been putting in power on the Shadow Demon as well.
Yeah.
Just a right click. That's where he gets
this
the
is
kill.
bad for Witch
His
Doctor.
4-stack. That's definitely a kill.
They have Shockwave in 1. They need another poison second. He actually missed it. Doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. Milan secures First Blood. Maybe they would have liked to give that to 4ev, but it's not the end of the world. They tip Bryle or Buryu in the meantime. 4ev is going to make it away. He has the south to work with. He actually is going to get the south from Milan, which is nice.
I wonder why Ritsu is tipping Buryu. I wonder what he did. Maybe he missed a power shot or something. That looks like it was cast at least.
Yep.
Probably trying to trigger him here.
I mean, for the lane that they're trying to accomplish down bottom with Kingdra, Ritsu's still getting farm. 15 last hits. He's ahead of the enemy safe laner. And they're going to get another kill top. Meanwhile, they get a solo kill mid. Charlie should die with the 4 stacks. They'll use the Voodoo Restoration. It will do literally nothing. And the cast comes out and also does nothing.
Yeah, that's the dangerous thing when you're playing. I think some players have a tendency of not respecting the importance of regen enough. Like, you can't float around a lane against Shadow Demon with 2/5 health or whatever Charlie had there. He has to regen up before he can contest CS, or you're just gonna end up dead. Trying to run him down. Nice body block by 4ev here.
And he skewers him into the tower too, but he actually gives a void to Milan, but he might survive this. Now he's going to get taken down by Charlie, so actually 4ev might have killed his teammate there.
Yeah.
Definitely killed him.
It looked so cool, but not a good choice. If SD had a little bit more mana, it would have been fine, but he was
Where's the
chat wheel?
Where's the
my
tip
bad?
for 4ev?
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on. Like, that's a tip moment if you want to tilt them.
This mid lane is getting out of hand though. 1 solo kill.
Yeah.
Lina's almost she's halfway to 7.
Yeah, December Spirit level 5. There's a 29 CS to 19 CS advantage for Bryle. He has double null tally. He is crushing it right now. So yeah.
Ember can't touch creeps without Flame Guard now. He gets one shot by a Lima combo.
They might find Bambo bottom. He's gonna have to TP, but it's gonna take a lot of damage. Luckily, they don't have a creep to stop him from TPing.
They used the net already, I guess.
Yeah, they used it at the beginning of that fight.
They just keep drafting, cancel these hard matchups. Same as Puck 100, now it's Ember Spirit Lina.
I think they just needed another active hero. I think that's the problem.
And it's not like this Night Stalker's getting that much either. Stalker, I don't know. Feels like he would like to be ahead. Try to get a Vanguard early.
I would generally say if you're the second pick team, you don't want to pick your mid hero until last pick, almost ever, just because of how many mid matchups are difficult. At least if you want to get something like Ember Spirit, I just don't think you can pick it in that slot, unless you're very open about putting it mid or safe lane. But I'm not really seeing the. It wouldn't feel good to put it safe lane, right? Like you're playing against a Chen plus anything really, and Ember will struggle in the safe lane. So I was still suggesting the TA to solve the situation, because I think overall it would have been better than what's happening right now. But that's what you get for picking Ember in the slot they did. Oh, this is a dead
Bambo no TP this time. Is on cooldown for 12 seconds when they started the engagement. They just jump right on top of him with Penitence in the Dark Troll Summoner Net. Easy kill. Ritsu now 30 net worth, and all 3 lanes farming extraordinarily well for Wind and Rain right now.
And they're destroying this game.
Yeah. It feels like it's going to be another 3rd game in a row like this. There's the double skewer. Cash will bounce up. Maybe the rotations here from Bambo might work out. Milan in trouble. He is maledicted. Good shockwave. There's 4 heroes top. And yes, they're going to get a Shadow Demon kill, but that is it, as Forev is going to walk back to his tower.
Expert's verdict, not worth.
No, definitely not worth.
They need both kills. This is not good. Bambo TPing up there basically forces his safe laner to go bottom, but I don't think Night Stalker is even ready to go to that bottom lane. So he basically traded a tier 5 support, or tier 5, sorry, position 5. Let's not trash Milan too hard here. For a tier 1 tower.
But that said, if he goes to the safe lane, is he even going to be able to do anything? Like against the PA and the Chen, he just gets picked off.
Well, somebody's got to be down here.
Yes, yeah.
So if it's not him, it's got to be Night Stalker. There's way too much experience being lost. You can't really just sacrifice a lane minute 8. Be happy with. Oh, Charlie dying again.
You just solo
Was that a solo kill?
Yeah, I think he solo killed him with Shadow Blade. I didn't catch it, but
Dude,
yeah.
what is actually happening? You got solo killed by Shadow Demon as Night Stalker at nighttime. That's just impossible. Like, I don't really know. I hope we missed something there.
Yeah, well, I certainly did, but
Bambo just died bot rune as well.
Yeah, he picked up a DD, and then he just got caught by 3 different heroes pincering him, and the DD probably not worth it. And so it's a 5k lead at 8.5 minutes. They have 7 to 2 kill score advantage. They have everything going their way. They're going to rotate people top to try to take another tier 1 tower after they've already taken the tier 1 bot. They're essentially like 4-manning at this point in the game while Alina continues to farm elsewhere. So
everything feels so weird right now. Like this is your Night Stalker technically carry. He hasn't felt any impact. He just hit level 5 and it's 8 minutes in. Like he's got the levels of a support. He just doesn't do much.
I mean, they had a triple lane loss. No game is going to look good. Like, there's no clear solution right now for what Kingdra have. They have to somehow be able to push lanes and either push, like, the trade, which they're going to do slower because they're against a Chen, or they have to try to take a fight when they haven't won it. Like, that Lina's level 10 and the Emperor's 7.
Are you kidding me?
Like, this is absolute destruction right now.
Oh, he's level 10 minute 9.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
I would say so. What is happening in these games today?
I think Cinder, he made the point perfectly, especially in isolated 1v1s. You can't have this unfavorable of a matchup. And then he also kind of, I wouldn't say choked it, but he solo died. Like, that's something that absolutely can never happen.
Yeah. 3 teams looking dominant so far. 3 teams having a bit of, well, 2 teams having a bit of a rough time actually. But they'll try to go for a tier 1. They don't have the best push in between these heroes. It's also J-time. Forev is bottom. He does have his RP working on a Hood of Defiance. He has level 1 skewer as well. I don't think they're going to take a fight here. He just wants to push them away from the tower while they try to push mid for Wind and Rain.
Yep. This is another hero that Empower's really good on, by the way. We just talked about the possibility of like Luna and Medusa as ranged heroes. Empower on Lina hurts.
Yeah.
She has so much attack speed that getting that extra percentage damage increase really makes a difference for her solo kill potential and just overall ability to take objectives, take Roche. Lina is not the worst tower hitter because she has really high range, so if you get that damage buff...
Okay, what's the range? 670?
Yeah, it's really high, I think. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
670.
670, yeah.
And she also got the 30 damage perk. And I feel like most Lina's grab range right now. So with the damage perk and phase boots and Empower, she's been hitting really hard. But they're just AFK
I think
pushing
if
right
you
now.
go Yule Shadowblade, you always get damage, right?
I would say the... I've
feel
mainly
like-
been seeing damage because Linas are focusing more on the Fiery Soul aspect than they used to.
Yeah.
The cast range is more of an all-in commitment to one burst duels combo. I think most of the times when Lina gets picked, you try to take advantage of her being like a hybrid core that can deal both types of damage, and the damage talent definitely helps with it. I think both talents are really good though. Kind of depends on what you're planning to do in the game. Obviously damage talent makes you farm faster, so that's nice. Oh, that's another tower down. It looks pretty grim for the Dire, honestly. Let's hope they can get this kill on Forev.
Are they going to TP in to even help him? He can just RP right
Oh,
now,
that's
and he's
a
going
good
to.
skewer.
The Shockwave comes in, they're TPing in 3 heroes, LSA, Dragon Blade, Buddha Blade, they're all dead. Double kill for Bryle. Jesus.
I mean, Frev has always been an amazing player, but he's really just doing the next level stuff here.
Does Night Stalker have crippling fear?
He has no crippling
that
fear.
skill build, that's a ban right there. Get out of the game.
Got a second point
There
in
is-
Hunter in the Night.
Oh, Okay, so I'm notorious for being an absolute Night Stalker without silence hater, and you're seeing the moments like this. It's like this hero without silence. I know he's playing like a carry role and he wants to farm as much as possible and be, but I like it as a value point. I think he could have, if he really wants the second point in Hunter in the Night, he could have gone 3-1-2 so that at least have the silence point. This play turns out completely different if he has the option, but not even having that. I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. Oh, this is a really big kill. Huge kill.
They have Hand of God. Are they trying to send him back? Yes, they have sent him back. Just
Huge
like that.
not kill.
I mean, it looked good for a moment. They're going to get Milan, at least, which is
Huge kill, that's
something.
sent.
Oh, he's going to get sent back too. Are you kidding?
No way.
My
No.
God. Oh, he crashed the burn. It's the perfect emote for this game right now. Somebody make it stop, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Charlie might die. Ritsu's not going to jump on him. He wants to jump on somebody else, but he couldn't find it.
They finally had something going for them, and then
Chen.
man.
You think it's a bit surprising he actually opted for the second point into Blur? I think in games like this, sometimes 4-4-1 is favorable for PA.
He went to
Yeah,
Vanguard.
Especially with the
I
Vanguard.
think so. Yeah, I don't think he needed this blur. Oh, no, he's 3
He's
points in blur.
maxing it, wow.
Maybe he's realizing that if he just doesn't die, that the game.
Yeah, but I mean, his Shadow Demon solo killed the safe laner, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if he does.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I do like the Vanguard build a lot, though. Like, the estimated health points that he has right now is ridiculous. Especially against any physical damage, he just doesn't die.
Oh yeah,
He can
Vanguard's
just
great.
AFK jungle now, basically.
But again, it's the benefit of having the Magnus, you know? You get the extra damage, you get the capability of farming even without having to go for something like a Battle Fury.
By extra damage, do you mean the Phantom Strike levels?
Yes.
It's mediocre in my
No, I'm
opinion.
talking
Joe.
about Empower.
Scanning.
Like, I'm saying he can go Vanguard because he has Empower.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have liked Ritsu to take an aggressive approach with itemization, get a fast Deso and just blow people up, but this is fine too. Like, it's a different way of approaching it. It's, in a way, it's safer. You won your laning stage. You can fall back to farm and then
It also means
it
like
builds into Abyssal later. So.
Wind Ranger ulti, for example, does literally nothing to you.
Alright,
Yes.
they don't have Blink on Bambo. They're going to hit Shrine. They need to back up. There's no vision for the Radiant on the high ground, I don't believe, so they can't try to counter-initiate. Although they're going to come around with Rev. He doesn't have Blink either, but they're just going to dodge the fight. They don't want to take it. Even though they're really strong, it's just all 5 for Kingdra there. They don't want, or 4. They don't want to put themselves in that position. Although they're going to smoke and chase after, it looks like. They have Purge up. You're probably not the target they want. Power Shot comes in. Wind runs away. And they avoid some deaths. Which is...
Just feels like this Magnus gives Winter Rain such advantage. Like, as long as they can make his laning stage go okay, then he guarantees that any melee carry that they have just has a ridiculous farm. Because he finishes, he can basically start AFK jungling at the point where, like, a carry is rushing to finish their Battle Fury. And then it just pushes them into the mid game so easily.
It just seems like Mag fits better into this meta than he did before when tri-lanes were super prevalent. Because you're always going to get a decent amount out of the laning phase, you're offering guaranteed value to your safe lane hero, and you bring insane team fight plus wave. So it's...
But what nobody else really picks him before this, from what I've seen. So it's,
Well, just because the hero is better doesn't mean people are going to play it.
I suppose. But I just felt like he was really hard to contribute in dual lanes previously.
There's been a couple of teams that have run it in other qualifiers, and I think that it's even just been a first phase ban against. Actually, it might have been Wind and Rain that I'm thinking about. Alliance banned it against them in the open qualifiers in the best of 3 that Wind and Rain did win. I think we banned all 3 games in the first phase. So definitely a hero they prioritize. But you're right, it doesn't get played as much as before, and I think it, in many ways it can though.
Yeah, I think it's actually very good.
You just try to enable it with some sort of strong support like Undying or Chen, like you mentioned. And he can offer a lot later. His only real weakness is his early laning.
Like you think about the lanes that, okay, maybe he can't really hard contest it, but he's always going to get something.
Yeah.
Right? That's
And
what he excels.
this is something we're seeing a lot recently. S4, I saw from EG, was playing Magnus and went for Vanguard first and then Dagger. And I've seen Hood into Dagger.
That's
You
what
get
he
that
has right now.
value item. It's like you tank up against the one type of damage the enemy has the most of, because that makes it so much easier for you to sustain in lanes, to push waves without getting killed. You need to commit so many heroes to kill this Magnus. This is a... Oh, hang on.
Oh, that is
shackled.
3-man RP into an LSA Dragon Slave. Here comes the Laguna, if it's even needed, which it is. Although, he might be able to make it. Nah, there. Hunter of the Night will not do anything. The Dragon Slave will clip him, and the disaster continues for Kingdra.
That's what I love about the Vanguard build on PA. You can just jump into fights like this and you don't have to worry that much because your opponents can't hit you as often and you just have tons of HP and regen. Obviously, it helps to have a Magnus and a Lina back you up and all, but
Was it Jeo who used to do that build all the time on PA? Is that when he like played for EG like way back?
Oh,
That was a
remember
very
watching
long
that
time
many of
ago.
those.
that is many years ago.
Yep.
We're older,
2013.
Dire's bottom tower
Well, at least I
has
am.
fallen.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
I remember him popularizing that build for a while. They would safe lane PA and build Vanguard ult.
Oh, it's a 12k lead at 17 minutes. They haven't pushed tier 2, like all the tier 2s yet, which is, I suppose, good news for Kingdra, but it just feels like they're dying slowly. I mean, Amber's trying to get whatever farm he can. He's the most farmed hero on his team. He has a Maelstrom that is not going to be nearly enough. At some point, they're just going to continue to start running at Kingdra, take objectives, take fights, take Roche, and then
Dire
the game, I
are
guess.
scanning.
Yeah, to be honest, you know, there are lineups where you say, okay, the Chen's gonna stop being useful, but the reality is they're not only super far ahead, but they have incredible late game scaling because of the Mag PA combo and the Lina as well. So
Yeah.
even if the Chen, for whatever reason, become as impactful, he's already done more than enough. Like this game is way out of control.
I mean, this is... PA has Desolator now flying out on the courier. So now he actually does damage along with the Vanguard that he has, plus the Magnus follow-up and the Lina. Even Milan does a lot of damage. He has an Aether Lens that he picked up like 5 minutes ago. So they just have to take one decent fight for Windermere. They're going to get a lot out of it. Bryle was looking for Yule's combination. He's trying to find the right target.
It's the best so.
Everybody's running. They're out of there.
I feel like Dire in this position, they just have to go for something crazy. Like, you have to just try to smoke and find a fight and hope that Radiant makes a mistake, because you've got to be feeling that you're getting destroyed right now, and this is not the way to do it.
That wasn't too
He can't... If they just each start playing their own game and working on getting their next item, they're not getting them. If Radiant play this well and aggressively, they're so far ahead, they have so many options of just going in, having safety net with Chen sent back and disruption.
Dire's
But
middle tower
you gotta
is
try. Like, if you don't make a play now, you're just getting torn apart. I'd imagine Wind and Rain. Okay. I would say that's not a value bet for 1.00. That's
Radiant structures
there's
are
got to be
falling.
some sort of decimal after that. But it's kind of the state the game is in, though. So if you guys want to make a quick $0 with a $100 bet,
How about
there
I
you
just
go.
give you the money and just call it a day?
hopefully there's not like a deposit fee or something like that, because then you're definitely losing out.
Yeah.
Losing on a $0.
I actually do think that there's a free deposit.
You could be feeling a little frisky if you want to go for Kingdra. Point.
I mean, you would be feeling a little bit crazy.
Do you have money to throw away?
That's a Bambo bet, honestly.
Yeah.
Betting on Kingdra.
I mean, if you use dollar bills as toilet paper, I think you can definitely bet on Kingdra in this game at this point.
If you're that rich,
Yep.
you have that type of wealth.
If you want to make other people happy.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
It's you could post it on Reddit. I'm sure people would enjoy it.
I bet on Kingdra, and I lost. I'm sure that one's gonna do great.
What a Reddit thread.
Yep.
Top 5 easy.
They got a tower bottom. This is their first tower of the game, 20 minutes in. It kind of...
Oh man, that really was their first tower.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just... you look at their picks, they don't have any push, and they lost all 3 lanes, so it's kind of difficult, really, to get any other tower than this one.
I mean,
Yeah, that
They don't
hurts.
have a blink.
look at their items. They have like 2 solid items, a Vanguard and Maelstrom, compared to everything else that Radiant have.
Was that a PA dagger and 1 hit on Emperor that took him down to half?
Yes.
Without a crit. He actually
Yeah.
gets 1 shot by a dagger plus 1 attack.
Regeneration.
Okay.
They've got the lasso. They have no damage. Bambo's gonna get skewered. He's gonna get RP'd, and he's gonna get killed. And
Cancel was here. It's just
Oh.
he
as soon as
decided
saw
not
the
to go. He's just like, this is not going to work.
Saw the Magnus and he realized that wasn't going to be worth going in.
I am out, is what he said. He did leave.
They did almost kill the PA. Like if he fully committed to that during the lasso, they definitely could have picked off the PA with all the magic.
Yeah.
I think the reason Cancel was hesitating there was that he didn't really have the information about what was going on. He doesn't want to just commit in on the PA and then get doubled RP'd together with the Bat Rider. Mag was missing. But maybe there is a way there if he's like really clutch with a slight dodge on RP, or... That's kind of the type of plays we need now for Dire. Oh, good damage.
A nice amount of damage. 11 wand charges. Triple
Oh.
remnant misses.
Slow.
And now they just push to tier 3. Meanwhile, the Night Stalker continues to try to get up to his halberd, which will happen in the next, hopefully, 10 minutes.
What's the PA's next there?
BKB.
He is correct.
Oh, he has to gold for it.
Has fallen.
I was gonna say the halberd seems like a nice thought, but the reality is really only gonna be able to use it.
Look
on
at this, Lina taking Rax with a power and DD.
That was so fast I didn't
For
even
almost
see it.
400.
Yeah, the skewer back, Laguna Blade, that's a dead Night Stalker for 36 seconds. Cancel has to drop a remedy back, they use Hand of God, they kill another target, that's gonna be the Wind Ranger drop down. Full set of racks, yeah, that was expected, GG's fault.
I wonder what the odds were on Wind and Rain right now. Maybe 0.99.
Let's look at the graph at the end of the game.
About 1k gold per minute.
God.
Advantage. 21k gold.
You is real stompy
Yeah,
so far
3 games in
today.
a row.
That was... I don't think we've seen stomp so hard in